Good morning, my students and my dear subscribers. So, it is sorry to say to you guys that whatever in my previous channel I am giving the live classes due to some issues, technical issues, now I'm bound to open a new channel. So, I expect your love and affection to me in this new channel also because I commit you in this channel. I can show you I can take the lots of live classes for you guys. And this channel is basically used to improve your productivity and how to face interview and how to face projects, how to develop the projects, everything, every guidelines I can give you in this channel. So it's my humble request, subscribe this channel and please that is supports me in this channel also. Whatever the support you can give me, my previous channel, you also give me the same support I anticipate. Anyway, I start from the first part of interview preparation. In the interview preparation, they ask you the question, what is a local variable? And what is the advantage of using local variable? Why I declare a local variable in Java or any language also, why I declare a local variable? First, what is local variable? Remember, you tell that, sir, in case of Java, when I declare a variable within a method, within a constructor, and within a block, then it is called as local variable. So remember, when I declare a variable within the method, within the constructor, and within a block, it is called as local variable. Local variable is local to that block where it is declared. That variable never be invoked outside the block. So if I declare the variable inside the main method, that is local for that main. It can't be invoked outside the main method. Anyway, local variable having some constraints. There are two restrictions of local variables. You are bound to remember what are the restrictions of local variable. That is the restriction. Here you see a restriction of local variable. If you understand the restriction, you can easily write the code. Writing of the code is not a difficult job. You can easily develop this type of code. First restriction, local variable are bound to be initialized before it is used. Before I use it, it is bound to be initialized. Second restriction, fine. What the second restriction is, remember, local variable always declared through the default access specifier. And you know that in case of Java, the default access specifier is no access. Another time, I elaborate, there are two restrictions of local variable. The first restriction is local variables are bound to be initialized before it is used. Now, take an example. I write here int x. Fine. X is a local variable. If I declare it within a method, block, and constructor, then it is a local variable. Then if I write x plus plus, it's an error. Why it's an error? Because local variables are not initialized. To avoid the error, if I write x is equal to 5, that means what? I initialize it. Now error is solved. That is the first advantage of the local variable. Or that is the first restriction of local variable. So when you are a developer, you must understand this restriction. Second, local variable always declared by which access specifier? Default. Don't declare it by private, protected, and public. If you did that, it directly generates an error. So fine, that's all about the two restrictions of the local variable. The first is local variable bound to be initialized before it is used. Second one is it always declared through the default access specifier. Now move to the next. Why I declare the local variable? What is the advantage of declaring the local variable? So remember, when you are facing any questions at that moment, you just give the answer like what is local variable. Please, when they ask you the local variable, you also specify why I use local variable, because you are a developer. And try to understand that developer, that is voice, is something different. You try to tell why I declare a local variable in Java. Now, first advantage of declaring a local variable. First, to store temporary data. You try to understand. You know that local variables are always declared within a method. So, if I declare a loop, I declare for loop, I declare for int x is equal to 1. That means I declare the local variable within the loop only. I declare the local variable temporarily within the block. Second, to improve the memory efficiently. Remember, as it is declared within a method, so when the method is executed, then the local variable is occupying memory from the stack area. So remember, as it is local for a method, constructor and block, when they are executed, then it will occupy the memory. So it is managing memory efficiently. Third one is to ensure data safety. Remember, you know that it is basically used for encapsulation within a method or constructor or a block. So what it tell, ensure data safety within a block. So it is ensuring data safety. For that, I am using a local variable in any language. The last one, to avoid conflict and improve data clarity. Here you see, what is the meaning of that? I have an instance variable or a class variable or static variable named as x. I have a local variable named as x. It never create any conflict. You know that local variable having highest priority inside that block. So compiler always giving highest priority to a local variable within the block where it is declared. So there is no conflict and no confusions arise in the mind of a developer. So that's all about the advantage of using local variable. So I already covered what is a local variable. Local variable means the variable which is declared within a method, block and constructor, that is called a local variable. Local variable is local to a block, and you know that a local variable never be invoked outside the block. Second, what the second point is, what is the restriction of local variable? Local variable having two restriction. Local variable are bound to be initialized before it is used. Second is local variable always declared through the default as specifier. Last one is the advantage of using the local variable. So these are the advantages I already covered, and I explained this advantage of local variable. So if anybody asks you the question in the interview, what is local variable, please specify like this. So you are a mature guy, you are a developer, never tell like this. Local variable means the variable which is declared within a method, constructor and block, it is called a local variable. So tell, briefing the concept. They anticipate you as a developer. So thank you for giving this. Please subscribe the channel, and you just give me the support. Whatever the support you give me my last channel, the same support you can give here. And that is what I anticipate that I try to solve your problem and your interview preparation in this channel. Thank you.